What's going on, y'all? My name is Brandon Williams. I'm from Lewisburg, North Carolina. Currently reside in Greensboro, North Carolina. A&T grad, Aggie Prod, uh, Greensboro downtown park worker, street dancer. I'm from Lewisburg, North Carolina. It's a little bit more up north, kind of close, probably like an hour from Virginia, the Virginia state line.
Okay. What was it like growing up there?
Kind of boring, not gonna lie. There's not a lot going on in Lewisburg. It's a really small country town. Uh, if you're a teenager, probably the most interesting thing you could do is go to Sheets.
Okay, cool. So you went to school. What was your favorite subject?
In school in general or in college?
In school in general.
Uh,
Grade school.
Honestly, probably gym. Anything where I can be active and be hands-on.
Yeah. Were you a good student? Were you like good grades and all that stuff?
For the most part.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, there's some times here and there. I just to stay up all night playing the game and ignore my homework. But for the most part, I had pretty good grades.
Oh, what games did you play?
Oh man, I played a little bit of everything. I was playing Mortal Kombat, Call of Duty, 2K, a little bit of everything.
You still play games now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What do you play now?
I just got Wu Chong.
Tell me about that. What is that?
It's a Souls-like game. It's kind of like it's supposed to be like a hardcore, not a hack and slash, but yeah, I mean, I guess you can say a hack and slash. It's pretty good game.
I'm thinking of what was the game? Not Age of Empires, but Dynasty.
Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah. In a sense, just not like it's just not, you're not fighting a horde. It's more so like, you play like any of the Dark Souls games, like Demon Souls, Dark Souls. It's kind of like an easier version of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. When you said slash, that's all I could think of.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing in that game.
Yeah.
You kill like 10,000 people, and all you're doing is slashing.
I played it in a long time. It's like PlayStation 2.
They still have. I think they're still making them. The last one I saw was like 8 or 10. I couldn't believe they made that many. I remember playing 4 when I was a kid.
Right. Yeah.
And that is crazy. I really enjoyed it. It's funny how well they've done with, like we were just talking about Pokemon. But even with Pokemon, like they created a great storyline.
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of it's like watching a movie or a TV series sometimes.
Exactly.
It's like you're interactive with it though.
Yeah.
I think that's the fun part. Okay. So when did you start drawing?
Honestly, I started drawing about 3 years ago. I always said I did this for like characters, and it's not cheap to get somebody to draw them for me. So I kind of just got an iPad and just started trying to do it myself.
It's so funny because everybody always says like they started drawing when they were a kid or something like that. Which I guess you did, but like I guess you really got into it a couple of years ago. Like,
Yeah.
You started being more intent about it.
Yeah, I drew a little bit as a kid. It wasn't really a lot. My brother did most of the drawing, and I would look at his like, hey man, I wish I could do that, but I ain't got the patience. And I just got older and just something I took up, and yeah, I'm still doing it now.
Yeah, it's because it's literal work. Like you make it look easy. You know
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But like you actually have to take the time and like hone in on that craft. You know what I mean? You really have to have a passion to do it, to do as well as you have done. You have talent, but you really have to, I think, like, fill in the details of like, oh, how can I do this better? How can I do that better? And, right? I don't know. I'm thinking of like singers. Like singers make it sound easy. But it's
Right.
actual work with a singer.
Yeah.
So, tell me about like, I guess how much time in a day do you put into drawing?
It can take hours because it's a process, and I'm not. Seeing that I kind of just started like a couple years ago. I'm not really as fast as other people, but you gotta sketch it out. Then you gotta put on the grayscale. Then you gotta do the shading. And you don't have to do all this. This is my process. But after the shading, then you gotta put the color in. And after the color, you gotta go back and refine everything. And then you gotta put like the accents, like the highlights and everything. So it can take up to like to do like a full picture. I'm sitting down for like 2 to 3 hours just getting the whole thing done. And even after that, I still got to go back and like refine some things.
What's the most time-consuming part of it? Is it just the color, or is it just like filling in the details? Like, you got like I don't know, you got the muscles up here, like the ears, the eyes.
Yeah. Probably the most time-consuming thing would either be the sketching or the shading. Probably the sketching, just because that's just a lot of back and forth. Like if I don't like something, I gotta go back, erase it, and resketch it. And if I can't really grasp what it looks like in my head, I gotta go back and look at the reference and sketch it again. So yeah, that's probably taking up most of the time. Second is definitely the shading, because you gotta. For me, the shading is still like a work in progress for me. So I'm having to find like where the light is showing and having to reflect.
Who are some of your inspirations for, like, like when you look at other people's, or maybe stuff from when you were a kid, like, who are some of your inspirations with drawing?
Drawing. I would say I draw most of my inspiration from the crew. So I'm a part of our collective called GSO, and that's Emilio, KT, Tori, Purdy, and honestly I look at all their work, and I kind of get ideas of what to do with mine, because we don't all have the same art style, but we kind of all draw the same thing. Like we draw anime and cartoon characters. So yeah, I'm kind of getting it from that, and the other cartoons, to be honest.
And what was the name of that group you were with?
GSO.
GSO. Okay. Generate something.
No. You get. So yeah, I'm using the iPad. I'm using the Sketchbook app. I can't remember who the company is that made it, but it's just called Sketchbook, and it's a free app. It kind of replicates, or it's a counterpart to Procreate, which a lot of people that use iPad know of, but it's just free. It's free, and it's a lot simpler to use, in my opinion. As far as like the background, some of these I did myself like that. I got a cloud pen up there, so I drew the clouds, and the rest is just like a blue background. But this, I got that from Google, it's just a brick wall, and I just did the shading myself.
Can you talk me through some of these characters that you have here?
Yeah. So I got One Piece. It's the top line, so that's Luffy in his Gear 5 form. Zoro, then this Zoro in his King of Hell form, and that's just when he put the bandana on and he gets a bit of a power up. Luffy again in his base form. Then Sanji, and then Sanji with the magazine cover, and then Sanji at the end again. Mm-hmm. And this is from Gurren Lagann. This is like one of my top 3 favorite animes. This is Simone, and this is Kamina. These are the Powerpuff Girls in Kryptonian form. Because I always felt like they were pretty much the same as Superman. They got the same powers, but now they just look like Supergirl. And then this is Broly from Jujutsu Kaisen mixed with this is Broly from Dragon Ball mixed with Maharaga from Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like they had the same powers, so it would be cool to see what they look like mixed together. And at the end, that's Makima from Chainsaw Man and Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen.
And some of they each have a story too. It looks like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I was listening to like you Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Have you gotten into that? Like, I didn't realize J.K. Rowling, like, she had an entire background to like each of the characters that like weren't even written in the books. Like she wrote an entire background on them. I was like, that's kind of crazy. You know?
Yeah. This show you like it. Like if you're a true fan, I feel like that's something like you look into. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting to see, because you just think of like what you see, but she wrote like, I don't know. And I guess like some of these, like we were talking about Dragon Ball Z, or some of these characters up here, like they have an entire background to like, what happened to them that caused them to be this individual that you see, Okay, cool. All right, we're going to get into the works. Tell me about A&T. We started to talk about A&T. Tell me about what you went for at A&T. What was your major?
Oh man, that's a whole ordeal. So originally I started at community college back home at Advanced Gravel Community College, and I went there to get my associates in arts, because the original goal was to transfer to another school. I didn't really decide at the time and take up performing arts because I wanted to dance professionally.
That's right.
I went through some things, and I kind of just found out for myself that I can still dance professionally without going to school for it. Maybe go to school for something else and use that to build my dance career. So I decided on A&T because my sister went there, and I was gonna change my major to business administration. Mm-hmm. So I didn't graduate from community college. I just after 2 years, I just did a straight transfer. After like 2 years at A&T, I just saw that business administration really wasn't for me, so I ended up changing it to liberal studies with a concentration in cultural thought. I graduated 2021 with that, and I was already working here at the park, so I used that degree to just move up to where I am now.
Nice. And what's your position in the park now?
I'm the facilities manager, so I oversee all the fountains, the inside spaces, all that. I kind of just make sure everything stays functional.
Okay. Tell me about how you got into dancing.
Well, my older brother, like I said, I know I keep bringing him up a lot, but my older brother was actually a dancer. He used to dance when we were kids. He still dances now, but I used to look up to him all the time. I used to watch him all the time. He eventually got his own crew, and they were all dope to me. Like I said before, I come from a small town, so we didn't really get exposed to it and stuff, outside like movies and stuff. So just watching them, it was just cool to see it like in person. Eventually, when I turned like 13, they brought me in. I was part of the crew. We would perform around the city, battle really mostly each other because there was no other street dancers out there, so we were just battling each other. Yeah, and eventually, we all got older. They kind of went their separate ways. Of course, I was the youngest, so I stayed in Lewisburg. I kept dancing, especially when I saw movies like Step Up 2 and You Got Served. That really got me. That really fueled my, my passion to want to be a dancer, seeing that, I could actually do it on that level. And yeah, like I said, I was doing that throughout high school. When I graduated high school and honestly, when I transferred from Van Scrabble to A&T, I joined Couture. And so I started learning like choreography. And there were more street dances up here than there was back home. So I was learning Bruck Up, Light Feet, hip hop. I just recently started learning breaking in the house like 2 years ago. And yeah, now I'm just trying to share the knowledge that I've gained coming up as a dancer. Because I know there's other street dancers out there that don't really know where to get the resources. So I'm trying to be the resource myself. I'm kind of here now.
Do you still have plans? Like, do you still want to do professional dancing? Like, where do you want to go with that? What are your goals?
So my main goal is to, honestly, as cliche as it may sound, I just want to be a notable figure in the street dance community in North Carolina. I just want to be part of the history. As selfish as it might sound, that's kind of what's fueling what I'm doing now. So this is mostly based up. The residency that I'm doing now is mostly based around dance. Touching on the 5 elements of hip hop, but mostly surrounding around dance. And plus, I did a battle for Folk Fest, and I feel like that was a big step in my dance career. Because now from there, it's just going bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. It's a lot of fun to watch. I watched the battle last year, and I think I saw you like 1 or 2 other places doing it. It's just like different events. It's a lot of fun. Very enjoyable. Okay, cool. Tell me about the space. How did you learn about the Grow Space?
A friend of mine, well, Emilio, that's a part of the GSO collective. He had it first 2 years ago, and he was telling me, if it's something you got plans for, you should apply. And I did 2 years later, and I got it on the first try.
Okay, cool. And so tell me about the Grow Space here and what you're doing here. Tell me about it.
So it's the educational piece of, let me back up. So I'm basing it around street dance and hip hop culture, but capitalizing on the street dance aspect, because that's what I want to do with my art. I don't feel like street dance is represented the best here in North Carolina. I feel like it's kind of underseen. I mean, it happens, but like, if you ask a random person, when the next battle is, they're not going to know.
Well, why do you think that is?
Just because it's just a small. I don't want to call it small. I'm honestly not sure. It just kind of, because at one point it was like really popular. I know people around my age back in the day, they were breaking and popping and all that. And honestly, as time progressed, it just kind of got pushed under the radar, especially when COVID happened. Like a lot of less events started popping off, so a lot more people just overlooked us. Uh, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm working towards now with this residency, trying to bring more awareness of this style of dance. Because I mean, people know about dance, but people don't know like the street dance aspect of dance.
Is there anywhere else where it would be? Like, do you know of anywhere else where it is popular?
It's popular in Charlotte. If you look into the Carolina Dance Committee, they do a lot of the breaking and all style events in Charlotte. Durham, they have Bullpen. They do pretty much the same thing, all style events. They do a lot of the crump events too. So if you look into them in that part of North Carolina, you can definitely see some street dance. Fayetteville, I can't really speak too much on them, but I know there's notable people out there like Puzzle. He's a very seasoned popper. If you need any popping critiques, he's definitely the person to go to in the area. Really in North Carolina, period. I think he's the best popper in North Carolina. But yeah, it's definitely other places in North Carolina where this is pretty relevant.
Tell me about the events you have coming up here for the rest of your time at the Grow Space.
So actually tonight we got a hip hop session led by Ladarius. He's a very well known hip hop dancer here in North Carolina, really in the U.S. That he's been a little bit all over the place. But yeah, we have a hip hop session here tonight. We had a DJ session yesterday. What's going on this weekend? We have a listening session on Friday, and that's just I'm spinning, and we're just gonna be all being here chilling. It's an open floor, you know, if you want to dance and dance, but it's really based on like the music aspect of hip hop. And then we got a open mic for dancers next Friday, and that's pretty much what it is. It's an open mic, but instead of coming up and doing like a song or like spoken word, you just pick a song and just
poetry in motion.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Tell me about spinning.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that and what that's like?
Yeah. So I kind of just took up DJing like a year ago. Well, officially, I used to do it at A&T. I would do like the kickbacks and the parties. I just had my laptop and I have like 2 little YouTube tabs up, and I would fade in and out between the two tabs. But when I joined GSO, we got like 3 DJs. I would watch them, and it would just be. Then I would just think to myself like, you know, it'd be pretty cool if I could, you know, get behind this. Yeah. Then I found the DJ Pro software. It's free. $50 a year if you want to have like the extra specs, which I mean, it's nothing. $50 a year, I can do that. And I bought my controller, and I just started practicing at home. And then we started doing events at the park, and we needed a DJ. So I decided, I mean, you know, who else but myself? I ain't got to pay nobody. I can just get up there myself and try it. And honestly, ever since then, I fell into it.
Very cool. Is it as easy as it looks, DJing?
It's not. It can be if you're just going up there and press and play, but like, to me, I just like adding a little bit more style into it. So like, I like to mix. I like to scratch. I like to fade in and out between songs. It can be easy, but to make it performative, it's a little difficult. It's tedious rather.
So if you want to go like, you're trying to take it to another level, you're challenging yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna. It's not, for most people, it's not nothing you can just pick up and just do. It's definitely gonna take some practice, especially if you just get into like a controller like I was. I actually had to learn the controller, to learn what did what, so I can know what I'm doing.
I was about to ask, what are some things that you learned about it that like surprised you?
Honestly, I was surprised that I could do it. But to get specific, that's a good question. Can you re-ask the question?
What are some things that you learned that had surprised you about doing it?
it was surprising to see how crucial the DJ was in events. Because you don't really see, like at a dance event, like of course people are coming to see the dancers, but if the DJ is trash, 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna have the best time. But if the dancing is good and the music is good, then you got the crowd moving. Plus, you're catering to the dancers. It just shows how much power like the DJ has, and it can be a thankless job sometimes. Like you can throw the best set of your life, have everybody moving, and everybody just come up to thank the dancers. Like that's probably what was my biggest surprise. Like how crucial that piece is in hip hop in general. To be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like the blockers for the quarterback. I mean,
Yeah.
If they do their job, no one even knows that they're there, really.
Right,
As soon
right.
as the quarterback got sacked, he's like, "What the heck, guys?
Exactly.
Where were you?"
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So, oh my god. Okay, cool. Okay, so street dancing. Tell me about, street dancing from like, from someone that wouldn't know. Like they come into the workshop, and like they don't know anything about it. See, like I got 2 left feet. You know what I mean? Like how do you walk somebody through the, not necessarily to become you, but like how do you walk them through that to like find the rhythm, I guess?
Honestly, to keep it simple, it's really just learning the basics, like the 2-step, or just learning. Or I'll take hip hop per se. Like the crucial piece of hip hop dance is the bounce, the rock, and the groove. So normally you would teach somebody the bounce to teach them like rhythm and timing. So once you get the bounce, then you start expanding upon that. You can add textures to it. You can find yourself, and that's also something I tell people when I'm teaching. Like, you don't have to look like the next person, especially in this style of dance. Like, it's all about expressing yourself. You want to look like, as long as you have the moves, that's all you need. Everything else is just you. It's more about character than it is about technique in a sense.
That's pretty cool. I was watching that you know what that reminds me of? I was watching like the Mr. McMahon WWE.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
I haven't, but I keep hearing about it.
It's really good, and then, like they were talking about the characters and like how much of the character is you. Like they were talking like Stone Cold or whoever. He said the character is you, but it's just you with the volume turned up.
Yeah.
He's like I'm Stone Cold, but like there's a part of Stone Cold in me, But it's just like you turn the volume up and you turn him. I don't always turn that on like in my daily life. So like he said, I just turn it on, for that character when I need it. And I think that's interesting. I think that's like, not to be kind of I was gonna say like metaphorical, but like with the music, turn the volume up. Turn the volume up on yourself. You're finding your rhythm and your character.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah. I think that's really cool. What are you hoping that like people get out of this when they come to these workshops?
I hope people just leave with an interest. Like, I know people come with an interest, but I hope they leave wanting to learn more. And it don't have to stop here. Like I said, there's other resources, honestly, all over the U.S. where you can look into street dance, and that's really my thing. I just want people to be aware and actually find interest. Because if you look at street dance like overseas, their events, man, you think it's a football game. Like they get packed out. Like in Europe and on the west side, they take street dance very seriously, and that's something I want to see, not just in North Carolina, but over here. Because I mean, this is where it started, and I feel like this is where it should be the most prevalent.
So tell me about like what was the best street dance you've ever seen?
Like sets or like.
I guess in general.
That's tough. I could be a little bit biased in my answer. Mm-hmm. That's tough. I can name a couple things. I would say breaking, just because that's the first official hip hop style.
Okay.
And it's done nothing but evolve since it's been created. You will see, especially stuff like Crash Fest, you will see people do crazy things on the ground, like backflips and landing on the head type thing. Like breaking is definitely up there for me. One of my favorite styles is light feet, and that's something I'm like doing now. But just watching, that's a New York style, so like it's you don't really see it a lot down here. But that's probably that's definitely one of my favorite street dance styles, because the essence of light feet is, and it's not just this, but like the hype. So if you see somebody do a crazy move, like you already want to be hyped, but now you got a whole crowd to get hyped with you, and that's like the purpose. It's just, to me, that's one of my favorite styles. And I would say a strong third would be hip hop, the hip hop bounce, because it's simple foundation, but the way you see people take it and run with it, in my opinion, is just incredible to see, because it's the same but so different, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would say breaking, light feet, and the hip hop bounce would be the best street dances that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. You were talking earlier about so what made it, like what makes, you talking about like out west or in different places, like what makes them like so special that you said it's like a football event or something like that? What makes it so special?
Just the turnout, like it's genuine interest. Like people are coming to see that. Like if you see events like Red Bull over here, most of the time it's just people coming to the venue not knowing that it's going to be a dance battle. It's just they just come in and it just ends up happening like that. You do get a lot of dancers in the crowd, but like it's more people that just happen to be there. And they're also like the judges. So now you got the crowd voting for dancers, and a lot of them don't even know, about street dance. They don't know what they're looking for. They're just seeing who did the best trick. And that's not really our culture. It's more so like you looking for a foundation, character, cleanliness. But if you're doing that for a bunch of drunk people that just came to see whatever, like they're just going off of who did the best thing.
Yeah.
And I ain't stretch at all. Yeah.
Stretching is important.
Very.
You do. Tell me about that. You do warm ups. You do stretching. Like, you got to treat this like an athletic event, don't you?
Yeah. Stretching is probably the most important thing, prep wise. I ain't gonna lie. Especially the older you get. I got like 25. I started to feel it. Like if I didn't stretch, I was gonna hurt myself.
Yeah.
Especially in the knees. It's like I don't stretch nothing else. I'm stretching out my knees. It's because they already bad. Shit. Just like grab the water.
I feel you.